What's up, everyone? It's another Walking Dead Sunday. We're back at it. Going to take a look at what is it? The episode 4 of season C, called Splinter. I'm here with the homie Aalan. You'll hear him say, "What up, though?"
Yo, what up, though?
What's up? Yeah, we had a like behind the scenes funny note. Like we didn't get this ahead of time like we normally do. It's about to air probably in like 2 hours when we're finishing this.
Yep.
So that's how we roll, though, baby.
It'll be on time, though. We're recording on Sunday.
We're not on time, but the video is on time.
The video's on time. We're not on time as our recording schedule, but the videos are on time.
Yeah, but we're here, though. But yeah, so this episode was cool, but like, I don't know, accomplished nothing. Just to kind of be kind of hard on it. But we got to finally see some more about Eugene and them being captured. And yeah, I thought we were gonna get some like Commonwealth drops, like this is who it's looking like it is in the show opposed to the comics, and all we got is Princess is on one. It's on one. Yeah, she's got a lot of issues.
She does have a lot of issues. She's claustrophobic, apparently, according to the description.
Well,
so that's interesting.
So it's like, I guess just to kind of start out, like they it shows right where they're getting captured. They're separating them. They're throwing them in the train carts like separately to keep them isolated. And we quickly find out that she has issues with being in dark confined areas. And we get to find out like throughout the episode, she references when her stepdad would be abusive and her mom kind of wouldn't do anything about it. And being claustrophobic has to do with him making her stay in the closet. I don't know if you caught that from the story.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, so like Yumiko gets bashed on the head. Fun fact: you want to know why we didn't see Yumiko's face once in this episode?
Why is that?
These were filmed during quarantine lockdown, and I believe she lives in the UK, which had tighter lockdowns. So her stunt double filmed the episodes.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So we only saw her with a bag on her head and stuff like that.
No wonder we only had a one-person episode, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, then like when we did, they're like Yumiko was in the episode, but they just used her like they did a call for the voice there. That's what it had to be, So
Gotcha.
but yeah, so like she ends up talking like Yumiko's train car is right next to us, so they end up like whispering throughout the night, and she tells the story about how one time she ended up like. Well, her stepdad locked her in the closet and she got a splinter on her hand, I think trying to like claw out or something. And then it ended up getting infected and really nasty. And her stepdad didn't want her to eat dinner at the table because he was appalled by it. And apparently her mom like didn't want to do nothing about it. And either her mom or her stepdad like bashed her across the face and fucked up her jaw or something.
Yep.
And so she's like, has all these issues, trust issues, like which we kind of referenced in a little bit. We've seen Princess, but then like Yumiko's like kind of fading in and out. She's probably got a concussion. The bitch got mollywopped on the floor and no bueno. Looking and yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like jumps. Like she wakes up the next morning and Yumiko's not there, and she claws her way out of this closet, as you will call it, aka train cart, and Eugene's in a cage.
Was it Eugene? Cage. Oh yeah, it was Eugene. Yeah.
I think we even have a picture of Eugene in the cage.
We do.
He's like, what the hell are you doing? Get back in there. They're gonna cut you. She's like, I need to help. Like she's just so obsessed with trying to help these guys, but she doesn't realize like some of the things she's doing might not help the guys. Then when she is aware of it, then she's like, oh shit, maybe that's when she was talking to Yumiko. Mm-hmm. She's like, maybe I shouldn't be doing this because I'm gonna mess it up, but no, I have to do this. And like, it's like she wants to prove that like she belongs somewhere is what I'm kind of sensing from it.
Right.
Like, and like I don't know, the character's kind of cool. Like I want to in the comic, like it wasn't so much like she had issues, but it wasn't played like this. But you got to see her be more badass more quickly, so I'm like hopeful for that. But she's having issues. Well, right after like she ends up getting back in her train cart to pretend she didn't do anything after Eugene. So this tripped me out. Someone's breaking into her cart.
Well, hold on. Before you go ahead though, you think that because they got stopped by this group and they're pretty much looking like stormtroopers and everything. Straight up, they're armed. They look pretty well trained. And you would think that they would, like me watching this episode, I was like, there's no way there's an opening to that card. There's no way, absolutely, there's no way that there's an opening that they missed, because it was almost like a piece of wood, just like put it up against the wall of the train, and she just pulled it out. Like I was thinking the whole time, like there's no way. But anyway, just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah, things are just get strange. So, anyways, like she hears something and she looks up, and Ezekiel's apparently saying, "What up, hello, drop it in your cart."
She's going like, "What up, though?"
Yeah. So this is where things start to get super, super, super strange. So like she ends up like saying we need to help him, and Ezekiel wanted to run, and she's like, "No, we need to help them." He's like, "These are my friends. I know this." Blah blah blah. Like he starts getting super defensive. Well, they have this whole thing happen, but actually, like while they're sitting here, the stormtrooper's about to come in, and she's panicking because Ezekiel's in her shit, and she's like talking to the stormtrooper, and Ezekiel just comes up and bat, just knocks him out, and then that's when she's about to run. And we see this weird thing where she's like conflicted if she should go back or stay. And we start seeing Ezekiel hang with the zombies. And then I'm like, wait a fucking minute. That wasn't Ezekiel in the car, was it?
No, definitely. And this is why I brought that up, like she's hallucinating.
Yeah. So like basically the Ezekiel that's Foreman is like the part of her that wants to run because she's always had to run away from things, and then her is representing the her that wants like to be able to trust people, kind of is what I'm getting from it. So basically she has a back and forth with herself in the form of herself and Ezekiel out there, and then she ends up coming back, and she like and not only does Ezekiel bat, like Ezekiel got on top of him and beat the shit out of his face. So like she comes back in, and she's like, "I'm sorry, I don't know my own strength." So like confirming it was her that beat the shit out of him, because I guess like that also like when she was being interrogated a little bit earlier in the episode, he got she's like, "Why won't you tell me about my friends?" And this is after like the interrogation, she wasn't giving them nothing. He's like, "Because you're being a bitch," and just punched her in the jaw. So like, and that's like a reference to the story with the stepdad. Like it's kind of crazy. And
exactly.
Yeah, so like she kind of comes back and like apologizes, is like, "Is there a way we can make it right?" He's like, "Well, I'm gonna basically lose my job. I'm already on probation. This isn't good." And yeah, so she's like, "Well, what if I answer questions? Will that help?" And he's like, "Well, it'll be a start." And he like starts putting his storm helmet back on, and like knocks on it. "I got her," or some shit like that, and, like says some shit and opens it up. Like this is right before it. And Yumiko, Ezekiel, and Eugene are bagged up outside. And then she gets bagged up. I think we have a picture of the bag heads somewhere.
No, we we do. We do.
Yeah, that was it right there.
And that is the end of the episode. Not our episode, their episode.
Yeah, it wasn't a whole lot that happened. It was just kind of like a lot of setup for Princess. So maybe she's going to play a big part in the next season. Rightfully so. She should. She's one of the new characters of the last season.
Right.
But like, yeah, it was just really trippy, and like it was a little bit easier in the comics for us to get answers at this point of what was going on in the Commonwealth. And at this point, we don't know how much we can actually trust these people. We assume that they should be good people. And even that guy's like, "We have a lot to protect. That's why we're doing this." But they're still being just straight up assholes.
Yeah, like, they seem a little bit more violent than they are.
It's more like the governor in a way.
Yeah. I feel like this would suit the governor. Yep, Woodbury.
Yeah. And maybe they're not as bad as him, but like this is very like how much he would set things up.
Or at the same time, because obviously the actual show differs from the comics in a way. After everybody figured out what was going to happen on the next episode through reading the comics, they started changing the story kind of bit, throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, to confirm that, I remember when they did the whole like bag over the head to get someone bit from the comic thing. They did that over in Fear, and we actually covered that episode back then when that
happened. Yeah, and that was actually from The Walking Dead.
Yeah, that was what Negan did with the whole Sasha situation. Sasha's situation didn't happen with the coffin. It was Holly who was Abraham's love interest back then.
Exactly. So pretty much they're changing everything. So on this one, maybe maybe these people, they're being, they're like that because they can't just trust a new group of people, because obviously you can't trust hoes on this on this world. You cannot trust these hoes. So
Yeah,
pretty
no,
much they're pretty, if they're protecting, like I said, they look well armed, they look like they're
they're
pros at what
trained.
they're doing,
Well,
they're trained.
so there's only so many people we've seen that look like this, and like so these look different than them both in Fear and it's the same group that took Rick. Like we've seen them in Fear, we've seen them in The Walking Dead World Beyond. There's not very many trained militias out there, but this is one of the few.
Right, exactly. So
Like, cause even Daryl and all them, like they're all the people are ready to fight. They don't technically have a militia. They're just ready to fight for what they need to because they
they're
have
ready
to
to
be.
fight, but they're not trained. And to pretty much correlate the fact that they're not trained to an earlier episode, when the army guy that blew himself up, he's just like yeeted freaking Daryl out of the way,
Yeah.
because they have no official training. Yeah, they've been around for quite some time in this world, but they're not
Yeah.
officially
Well,
trained.
and also it's worth noting, like this community presumably has an army, so there's a whole community of people that probably have no idea how to defend themselves.
Exactly.
So like that's
So
another
it could be
difference.
So it could be the fact that they're just protecting themselves and they're trying to figure out who these people are. Eugene, Miko, and Princess, and Ezekiel.
Well, there's a chance that Stephanie wasn't supposed to be doing what she was doing, and she's in trouble too
Right.
on the walkie-talkie.
Exactly.
So there's a
So
lot of layers to that.
that's pretty much the episode. It was kind of like a useless episode, but not really. I mean, like there was nothing going on. That's why I'm saying it's useless.
Yeah,
Or
we
the
do.
fact that it was probably recorded during quarantine, which makes kind of sense that they would just record something.
Well,
There's two more
but
episodes, right? There's two
yeah,
more
two more
episodes of the
episodes.
season.
We also have key moments that we have
Yeah,
to
no, we
display.
do have the key moments. I'm just saying that is the general episode, the general
Yeah,
recap of this episode.
yeah. There
So,
wasn't
all
a
right.
whole lot of other things.
So we're gonna play Aalan's key moments, which was
The
actually
key.
brought to you by Zach today.
Yeah,
But
I had to come through.
yeah, he came through for the people. So, all right, which one do you wanna play
We got
first?
with the Ezekiel knocking a fool.
I believe is this one. All right, well,
I'm trying to find
there it is.
the oh yeah, I'm looking for the what you call it for next episode while we're doing this.
So pretty much, oh crap, what am I moving? So pretty
Oh
much, he
boy.
just the guy is coming into the car like we mentioned earlier, and Ezekiel at this point is already in the cart, in the train cart, and so
Mhm.
as soon as he opens the door, he pretty much walks him like
Just
like
boop,
a mole, like walks him
and
all.
then on his face, but it was actually Princess.
I'll replay it. Boom.
that part I like to rewatch that part when it first. Wait a second.
Because he does it so weird though. Like
He just straight
yeah,
up just
he comes back. He's like, oh man, look what's Ezekiel's face? Like yeah.
That's he said that's so he learned that from Daryl.
Right? Yeah.
And then our other key moment is right at the end of the episode when Princess is realizing like she just says she would comply and things weren't as they seemed anymore.
Right.
She's like, all right, I'm gonna see my friends. Oh shit, why am I seeing them like this?
And
I
then
can't see them.
yep. So basically, just prior to that scene, he's telling the guy like, "Hey, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I can't figure out my own strength or whatever. I can't measure it or whatever." And then he's
I'm
like,
not crazy and shit
"Right,
like
I'm not
that.
crazy. Right, exactly." And so he's like, "All right, we'll do this." And then they opens the
They,
door.
they, they kind of made a deal to like try to make it better for him getting his ass beat by the prisoners and her to get her to what she wanted. They made a half-ass deal, and then he completely undercutted that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
And that, unfortunately, is probably about the only part of the Commonwealth we'll see before the next season, because there's only 2 episodes left. We have, let's see, the next one's called Diverged, and the synopsis for that is Daryl and Carol come to a fork in the road and go their separate ways, each going into their own type of survival mode. The easiest challenge become much harder. And then the episode after that, the Here's Negan one. So that's what we're looking for the rest of this additional part of season 10. So we're wrapping that up. We're getting ready for Fear though. Fear is about 2 weeks away, 3 weeks away. So
Yep.
getting geared up, ready for that. And we do know The Walking Dead's supposed to start up this summer, as well as The World Beyond. So of course we're going to be around for that.
I still need to catch up on both of those.
Yeah, you got a couple weeks,
but we'll be ready though. We'll definitely be ready. So
yeah.
So that's pretty much it for this episode. Are you gonna
don't
do
forget.
social?
Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. You know, if you're into these kind of videos, we're also available on iTunes, Spotify. What's the Google one?
Google Podcast? I don't know.
Google
there.
Podcast, Chrome, Spreaker. What's this one? Someone else.
Facebook.
Switcher, Facebook,
Instagram.
Check us out on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook because we're all there posting updates on things and tweeting once in a while.
Pretty much every social media is Deadchatt, 2 T's at the end. Like I'm gonna put up on the screen right now. There it is.
Yeah, and comment lasagna if you're checking us out right now.
If you made it to this part of the video, comment lasagna. So that's pretty much it. Hope you guys have a good week.
And our personal links are down in the description if you want to check any of those out. We do things too, so check us out.
Okay, yeah, we do things.
We do things.
All right, guys. Well, you guys
later.
have a good week and peace.
We'll catch you for the next one.
Wait, what was the thumbnail? I'm just kidding.